a little honeycomb here. Let's try it out. That's so good. Little bee right there. Spring honey, soon to come. Trying something new this year. It's April 16th. I'm out here at Honey Hill Farm. I started this process yesterday. It's time to kind of shift a little bit into preparing for honey production mode. In my production hives this year, I'm going into them. I'm trying kind of a new technique. There's two things I'm trying that are new. Number one, I'm going to these hives that have been packing the honey in, and I'm going to put a queen excluder. Try and make sure the queen's below the queen excluder. I'm putting one in below the honey boxes or the mediums that I want to harvest honey in. And my hope is that since the bees are already up in those boxes, they'll continue to go up without worrying about the queen excluder. Also, to make it much easier to harvest when I actually do that. The other thing I'm going to try in a couple of weeks before I harvest is I've ordered some bee escapes. I'm going to try that just to make the process easier, because it's really become a very physical and difficult thing for me as I've grown to try and get the, shake or blow or smoke or whatever, get all the bees off of each individual frame, and try and look for brood, make sure I don't get brood. All those things are kind of a pain for me. So I'm trying to come up with a strategy to help with that. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna get set up and show you how I do it on one of these hives. I haven't been in these hives in 2 or 3 weeks. These hives out here have been doing really well. And so we'll see how they look, and I'll show you kind of what I'm doing. I did it on about 20 or 25 hives yesterday in some other bee yards. And it's kind of a process, but hopefully it'll make things easier down the road. This is the hive I've selected for the video. Learned a couple of things yesterday. First of all, I don't know why I haven't done this before, but I use this box to set everything down on. Makes it easier on the back and keeps the dirt and grass out of the bees, and so forth. These are the tools I've been using. Of course, my hive tool. I've been using this 9-frame spacer I just got from Man Lake. In my honey supers, I like to run 9 frames. And I have this scratcher. Occasionally I use it if I see some drone brood that may end up with a few cells above the queen excluder, because the drones can't get to the queen excluder. If there's a little bit of brood up there that's going to hatch in the next couple of weeks, I don't worry too much about, because those bees can hatch and go through the queen excluder. But drones may get trapped, so I've just kind of been pulling the drone brood out. I guess if there's some in there, it's not going to matter too much, but that's just kind of what I've been doing. So see the tripod back there, and get it set up. Hopefully it's going to be a little different perspective than I usually do, kind of looking over my shoulder. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. I've kind of struggled figuring out how to do that in the past, so we'll try this new technique. I've seen some other guys do it. This is going to be how I do it today. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, just maybe an idea. We'll see how it works. If any of you guys have suggestions of ways I could do it better, let me know. The reason I'm doing it this way is because in the past with queen excluders, I just have a hard time getting bees to go through the queen excluders initially early in the season. But my theory is that now that the bees are already up in the honey supers and working, that they're not going to have any issues going up through the queen excluder, but we're going to see. These bees over here at this place typically do really well. It's a really good spot. I manage these bees for a friend of mine. It's a place like Honey Hill Farm. You gotta have bees, right? Oh yeah, this box up here is full. Trying to figure out how to, I probably need to harvest some of this honey right now, but I just am not ready to do it yet. If you look in there, you'll see. Looks like that box is totally full of honey. Main thing I've been doing is, oh man, they got it glued down. Good grief. There's no telling how much honey's in this thing. Oh, Lord. Okay, well, main thing I've been trying to do is tip the box up like this Look at that. If you can see it, they've already connected. That box is ready to go right there. Right, and there's just no doubt about it. That top box is ready to go. Just nothing even to be done except for to scrape. Oh my gosh. Totally full. Look at this beautiful golden honey right here. So I'm sure this box is ready to go too. We'll smoke them. There aren't many bees in it actually. They must be down below working. I just don't have any more boxes to stack on here. I really need to harvest, but I'm just not set up to do it yet. Try to scrape any extra wax. Look at that beautiful honey. I don't know what it is. Privet is starting to bloom, but this honey probably been in here longer than the privet's been blooming. I'm not sure. There's quite a bit of clover around here that blooms, I think, too. So maybe that's what it is. Beautiful, almost clear. I don't know if you can see that. Almost clear honey, just really bright yellow. So when I came out here and started stacking boxes, I put a piece of tape down here below where you can see in the camera angle, and that is the top box the bees get to themselves. So we got this box right here. Looks like it's totally full. I might just need to find some boxes to stack on here, give them some room somewhere. Not sure where, but tip it up. Once again, totally full of capped honey. Not a single, no evidence of any drone cells or anything like they'll build on the bottom of these frames. Sometimes no brood at all. It's just capped. You can see it's capped all the way through. Oh my gosh. So I figure typically, seems like I get about a 5-gallon bucket out of every 2 boxes of honey. So what do we have down here? Once again, we have another box of completely capped honey, it looks like, unless there's some drone cells or brood on the bottom. My gosh. Awesome stuff. It's just been an amazing year. I know I say that in my videos, but so far this year, I've been doing bees. I started in 2013, so basically 7 years. Started almost in April of 2013. And this year's been unlike any other. Let's go in here. Same thing. You can see that, totally capped honey. No cells of any kind, no brood, nothing. So what I'm going to do, the next box down is basically the box that I've designated for the bees to keep. So we got a deep and a medium and another medium, so a deep and 2 mediums. I'll look in here, but I probably am not going to harvest this. My idea at the start of the year was to let them keep that box. I think they went through the winter with it too. I think that's why I put the piece of tape on there to indicate that. So I'm going to take this queen excluder, put it on here like this. That was actually easy. On some of the ones I did yesterday, there were a few drone cells, even a little bit of brood in the boxes I wanted to take with honey, and so I had to shift some frames around, and even there was a little bit of brood occasionally above those. And I think I mentioned earlier I would use my fork to pull out some of the drone cells, and I would do that too because the drones are too big to go through this queen excluder right here, and they get trapped up there, which is probably not a big deal. But my next plan, right before I harvest, I may have to harvest these next week. I wasn't going to, but My next plan is when I get my bee escapes in, I ordered some from Man Lake. I also have one of the ones from Pierco, the Cerasil type, that I'm going to try as well. When those come in, I'm going to use those bee escapes. Hope to get all the bees. Leave it on there probably no more than 48 hours. You can have hive beetle issues if you leave them on there too long, which I haven't seen a single hive beetle in this hive yet. I've seen very few hive beetles as I've been going through the hive so far, last day or two. But I'm going to use those bee escapes to hope to get the bees out of the honey supers so that I can then just pull the boxes off and go spin it out and extract it, instead of having to try to figure out how to use a fume board or a blower or a bee brush or shake the bees. Hopefully those bee escapes will work. If anybody has any experience with those and how they work, I've watched a few videos, it looks like they're effective. If anybody has any experience with any bee escapes, let me know. So all I'm going to do now is, quite simply, I'm going to stack the honey back up on top, which we got 3 complete full supers here, which is, in my opinion, at least a 5-gallon bucket and a half. Queen Excluders slid forward a little bit. Really, right now I'm going to be still doing some other hive management stuff, but my main focus for the next, man, that's heavy. Main focus for the next few weeks is going to be, well, at least I'm shifting a little bit into the honey mode now, because I got to get this honey extracted soon. This is usually I don't harvest until mid-May. Sometimes I have harvested these out here. I have harvested before early May, but it was probably a little bit early that year to do it. But usually I don't harvest until mid-May. But as you can see, I really need to harvest very, very soon. These bees are ready. The ones in other spots, they don't look quite like this. They aren't this packed. Okay, that's my plan. Like I say, since the bees have already been up in these boxes, they're already working them. My thoughts are the bees won't have any issues going through a queen excluder now. Put the queen excluder in now for the next, until I decide to harvest. Between 24 and 48 hours before I plan to pull the boxes, I'm going to come out and put bee escapes under whichever boxes need to be harvested. And then we'll harvest them, extract them, and put the boxes back on here for them to fill up again. We're really in the middle of the flow right now, but there's 2 big flows here in South Alabama. The one that we got going on now is the privet. It's going pretty strong. Everything's starting to bloom. And then after that, we have a tallow flow that's just huge around here. That's my biggest flow, and typically it is. And if this is any indication of what's going on, these bees have already filled these boxes up. We're going to have an unbelievable year if it keeps going as it is now. Get that drone out of there. All right, thanks for watching Bruce's Bees. Hope this has been informative. Hope you've enjoyed it. And once again, it's not a how-to video. You can do it however you want. It's just how I'm choosing to do it now. As you know, I'll try to keep you posted when I try new things and different things. And sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. That's just the nature of beekeeping. You just learn. Really, you practice and you learn as you go. But I do love bees, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm going to sign off for now. Thanks for watching Bruce's Bees, guys. I'd love it if you would subscribe, share these videos, and give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Also, if you'd hit that bell to receive future notifications from me, it would be awesome. Signing off for now. Thanks for watching. On to the next video.